Hi everyone, this is the video presentation for the poster Utilization of Nutrigenomic Principles to Develop Food Products Beneficial for Those with or at Risk of Developing Type 2 Diabetes mellitus. Type 2 diabetes is a serious public health issue in the US affecting more than 34 million Americans and with an average annual expenditure of over $300 billion. That's the reason why the field of nutrigenomics is gaining more attention, since it has the potential to improve certain health markers associated with this condition. The primary goal of this project was to develop two different food products to help those with or at risk of developing type 2 diabetes to attain and maintain healthy blood glucose levels. The final recipes that were developed were a fruit salsa and a blueberry sorbet. For the blueberry sorbet, we didn't use any added sugars and it was supplemented with probiotics and probiotics. And for the fruit salsa, we made three different variations, one with probiotics, the other one with dextrin, which is a water-soluble fiber, and one plain fruit salsa. All of the recipes were supplemented with probiotics and none of them had added sugars. The reason to use probiotics and probiotics is because they can improve or they can promote the growth of healthy bacteria in the gut, which many studies have pointed out that has potential benefits to improve inflammation and insulin resistance among patients with type 2 diabetes. The main source of the probiotics come from the yacon root, which is endemic from the Andes in many South American countries and forms part of the Peruvian list of superfoods, which are selected based on health properties. And the probiotics that we used were or come from a commercial dietary supplement, but it was specifically chosen because their strains were linked with improvement in type 2 diabetes in many different studies. Additionally, we performed sensory evaluation with 17 different participants to evaluate acceptability of the food products. In the methods section, we can look at the final version of the fruit salsa and the sorbet. And here we can also see how the yacon root looks like in its natural state. But we actually use yacon powder, and in this picture here, we can also look the yacon powder and the probiotics that we use for the recipes. In the results section, we can see the bar chart showing the average score that the recipes received in the sensory evaluation. It was based on a 1 to 5 scale, and more or less all the recipes received around a 4 points, which is relatively high and encouraging. Additionally, 93% of the participants mentioned that it was important for them that the product contained probiotics, and 96% mentioned that it was important that it contains no added sugars. In general, most of the problems related with acceptability of the food products were related with texture, taste, and aftertaste. For the blueberry sorbet, most participants mentioned that the flavor was too bitter and tart for their like, and only 63% of the participants would eat it again. For the fruit salsa, most of the participants mentioned problems related with texture, but they also pointed out that the flavor was either too sweet or bland for their like. 70% of the participants mentioned that they would eat the fruit salsa again, containing dextrin and containing yacon. And also 77% of participants mentioned that they would eat the plain fruit salsa again. In general, all of these results are really encouraging, but there are many things we can do to improve acceptability of these products. However, we consider this a successful first step at developing two different food products beneficial for those with or at risk of developing type 2 diabetes mellitus. Thank you.